Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Bean. Today we're going to work on another vowel team, OA. OA together says O because the first vowel talks and the second one is silent. We're going to do what we did during our first lesson, where I'm going to read you the ending and then read you a word with a consonant on the front of the ending. And then I'm going to tell you what the next one is. You're going to write it down, and then you're going to blend it together and read the new words to me in the beginning of your recording. So let's get started. The first O-A-D says O-D, as in R on ode is road. Please write down T-O-A-D. So if I have O-A-D that says ode, and I have the next one, on ode, you're going to put T-O-A-D, and you're going to read it to me during your recording. The next one we have, O-A-K, is oak. You're going to write down C-L, blend it together, cool, and then write down O-A-K, and read that for your recording. The next word ending we have is oat, as in k, oat, coat. And if you could please write down B-O-A-T, blend it together, and read it to me for your recording. Thank you. Circle those words that you're responsible for reading back to Mrs. Bean in your recording. Today we're going to read Best New Friends. This is about two boys who are also neighbors, meaning they live near each other. Brian, B-R-I-A-N, and Paul. And they're best friends. They went to school together. They lived next door to each other. They played ball together. But one day, Paul tells Brian some sad news that he is moving away. And Brian, of course, is feeling heartbroken. And he talks to his dad, okay, and they talk about being pen pals and how he can write letters to Paul. But of course, Brian thinks there's no way it can be the same. As you can see the look on his face, he's feeling very sad, possibly lonely. He wonders who he's going to play with. He sees them packing up, sees the moving van, and he gives them something special. He drives away, and Dad comes outside. And as he's sitting on his swing one day, missing his friend Paul, a moving van comes to the house, and he sees a car drive up. And then, as you can see in this illustration, you can imagine what happens. So I'm not going to go any further. Let's go back to the beginning. Best new friends. Brian and Paul were best friends. They went to school together. They lived next door to each other. They played ball together every day. One day, Paul told Brian some sad news. "My family is moving away," said Paul. "You can't move away," said Brian. "You're my best friend." Boys and girls, if you've ever felt like that, you can imagine how he's feeling. You can empathize. Brian talked to his dad. Brian said, "I don't want Paul to move away." "Don't worry, Brian," said Dad. "You can send letters to Paul. You can call him on the phone." Boys and girls, is that the same as having him live next door? But Brian felt sad. He thought, who will play ball with me? Who will be my best friend? Soon a moving van came to Paul's house. Brian went next door to say goodbye. I have something for you, said Paul. Paul gave Brian his baseball. I want you to keep it. Are you sure, said Brian. I'm sure, said Paul. You're my best friend. Paul and his family drove away. Then Brian was all alone. He tossed Paul's baseball in his hand. Brian's dad came outside. Do you want to play catch? He asked. No thanks, Dad. I don't feel like playing, said Brian. Boys and girls, why do you think he doesn't feel like playing? One day, another moving van came to the house next door. Then a car came along. Two boys jumped out of the car. I'm Jake, said one boy. I'm Luke, said the other boy. We're going to live next door, said Jake and Luke. Boys and girls, don't they look like twins? We're not sure because they didn't say that. You never know. Brian tossed Paul's baseball in his hand. Paul was his best friend, but he could make new friends. I'm Brian, he said. Want to play ball? Okay. So that's a valuable lesson in the book, boys and girls, that even though you have a very, very special friend, you can still make other friends, right? There's always room to make new friends. Okay. Can you tell me about a time, so this is a text-to-self connection. Can you tell me about a time someone you knew moved, or a time maybe you moved and how you felt or that person felt? Okay. I know Mrs. Bean has moved before, and as much as sometimes I was excited, I was also nervous about meeting new people. Maybe you felt the same or maybe not. Who knows? So I look forward to hearing that answer. Also, what was our problem in the story? Okay, how was it solved or was it solved? Is every problem solved, boys and girls? Not always, okay? All right, take care. I can't wait to hear back in your recording the answers to my questions, as well as you reading the 3 new OA words to Mrs. Bean. Take care and stay safe.